How's it going, guys? It's urdiub here, and it's time for episode number 17 of our Colorado Avalanche BAGM mode. We just finished off year 3, and we ended up losing in the first round to the Chicago Blackhawks in 5 games. Not really a competition, so we'll have to improve our team here in the offseason and try to add more depth for next season. Let's just take a look at the awards basically for this past season, and as you'll see, the Chicago Blackhawks actually end up winning the Stanley Cup, surprisingly. So we did lose to the Stanley Cup champions, so that's one thing, but still we expected to win that. Unfortunately, we weren't able to, and hopefully we could win in this upcoming year. So there you go, Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. President's Trophy goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs, surprising there. Clarence S. Campbell, Chicago. Detroit makes it for the 3rd time to the Prince of Wales. They win the Eastern Conference for the 3rd time in a row. Art Ross Trophy goes to Steven Stamkos for the 2nd time in 3 years. Hart Memorial goes to Phil Kessel for the 2nd time in 3 years. So Phil Kessel playing really, really well here in the NHL. Justin Schultz wins another Norris Trophy, so that's good to see. Phil Kessel gets the Lady Byng. Calder goes to Jonathan Drouin. Conn Smythe to Corey Crawford. Vezina goes to Ryan Miller for the 2nd straight year. So nice to see we have 2 outstanding, the best defenseman and the best goalie on our team. William N. Jennings goes to Peters and Ward. Bill Masterson goes to Robin Regeer. Frank J. Selke goes to Pavel Datsyuk. Ted Lindsay goes to Phil Kessel. And then the Maurice Richard goes to Michael Grabner. So interesting to see there. A lot of surprising names. Kessel doing really well. Grabner winning the Rocket Richard. Not really expecting that. But as you'll see in the playoff tree, it is the Chicago Blackhawks that ended up beating the Detroit Red Wings in 6 games. Chicago had to knock us off first, then Nashville in 5, then Edmonton in 6, and finally Detroit in 6. Detroit made it by beating Buffalo in 6, then Philly in 7, and New York, and then the Rangers in 6 as well. So there you go, that's the playoff tree, and I guess we'll jump right into towards the draft. So we'll sim across, and I remember saying, look at that, Carl Coleyton, one of the best 5 players, and we'll take a look at his stats real quick here. I believe it's in scouting after the prospect game player stats. So we can sort by overall. We can't really sort, but we could check. Look at Carl Coleyton, 74 overall, defensive D-man, and he was the 6'9" player. Just taking a look if there's any other player that might be decent enough to make the step up real quick. But it doesn't seem like there's anyone else worth going after at this point. Goalies, doesn't look like it either. No one that could step up right away. So we'll keep our pick. Maybe we'll try to shop it around, see what we can get for it. Maybe make a move for a depth player, including a pick and one of our players, or a guy, maybe picking up a guy like Dauphin or some kind of prospect that doesn't really have too much trade value. If we can move him for our 1st round pick, that'd be fantastic. So anyways, here we go. Games played. Whoever retires. Let's see any of our players. Miettinen and Finelli. So good that Ginla actually stayed with us. So we'll have a Ginla for next year. Look at that. Datsyuk ends up retiring. Zubris, Chara. So actually Dan Boyle, quite a bit of players here. Not bad players. Datsyuk, Smith, Boyle, Cullen, Caberlet, Ryder. Good players. Miettinen retires, but that's okay. He wasn't coming back anyways. But happy that Ginla stays. If his overall stays up there, we'll definitely appreciate his willingness to stay back. Hopefully he could take a decreased contract. So anyways, your trading block, let's take a look at it. And we'll just go with the coach's recommendation. But I want to see if there's any player that we could actually go after that's around a 4-star potential, let's say, is a 3rd-line scoring forward. I guess that'd be okay. And let's just search what we can get there, what kind of trade values there are available. A couple of low ones. Ernie, 2180 overall at 4.5 red. That's a really low trade value. Might be willing to trade for him in terms of this year. Look at that, Adam Ernie, 3 years left, 0.75, 2nd round draft pick. Actually might be an interesting player to pick up. He could play on our 4th line, 3rd line, around there. He's got good puck skills, good shooting. If we could trade our 1st round pick for him, that'd be really, really nice. And I think I might actually go after him. Nelson, Holland, Cassian, not really any good overall players, but he's only 21, so he could still get a little bit better. Let's search for 2nd line forwards if there's any guys that have a low trade value from that regard. The lowest one is Marcus Johansson, who's at 83, but he's already 25 years old. We could try to go after Phil Forsberg, but I think we're pretty good down the middle. We have Braden Shen, and I think, we're probably going to stay back and not go after Carl Coleyton, depending on the trade value. But as of right now, I like that move that we'll have for try to go after that player again, Ernie, and he was in. I can't believe I forgot which team he was in. I'm gonna try to find him here. Proposed trade. I'm gonna say he was in Washington or Tampa. By age. No, I'm gonna say he was in Tampa. No, wait, was he? Yep, there we go. Adam Ernie, 80 overall, 3 years left, third line center, 4.5 red. That's a really low trade value. If we could trade away, you know, like I don't know, next year's third and a second. Our first might be worth something. We might be able to pick up some kind of okay player. But let's say we go with a third, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh. Players we don't really need at all. If we could pull this trade off, you know what? Why not? Adam Ernie, a guy who's 80 overall and could develop into a good player. 21 years old, 4.5 star red, and he's locked up for 3 years at 0.75. Can we make the trade? No, we do not. So it looks like we might have to give up our first round pick. We'll see if we can get anything back from Tampa, maybe a second in that regard, but I like Ernie. I like the pickup if we do end up getting him, and it'd be nice to add that kind of player to our roster. Where is he? Ernie. There you go. Adam Ernie, right wing, 80 overall, and let's take a look at who matches their skaters trading block. Someone with not too high trade value that we could give away. Maybe a guy like Downey, who has 2 years left, 2.2. We might have to end up trading him for cap space anyways. Let's try Downey. Not McGinn, sorry. Let's try Downey for Ernie, and if that works, that'd be good. We send Downey back to Tampa Bay, and it doesn't work, so last try by the end of this round, but if not, we have a couple more rounds to try it to get Adam Ernie. You know what, might just have to give up my first round pick. I don't really want to, but if it comes to that, I really don't mind. So Ernie for Downey, and let's say third and a second and third in 2018. I mean, second and third don't really. I want to keep our first rounders, and that goes through. Okay, so I don't really care about the second, thirds, but Ernie might be a good player. He might develop into some kind of guy. Look at that. Carl Colliton goes first, and okay, so we have the pick, and we're gonna see who's the best player. Two players that are projected to go in the first round: Kochi, a right wing for Czech Republic. That's a power forward, and two-way forward. Center Polak, I guessing he wasn't really good overall. He's already 20 years old, so you know we'll go with Kochi, and we'll see if he turns out into any good player. But that's gonna be it for this. Yeah, I don't think there's any Ron Hainsey. There's no other trades I really need to make at this point. We'll go into the free agency and see what we can do. See what we can do from there. So I just want to take a look at Carl Colliton, see how good a player he was, and Kochi, who we drafted, and see if he could turn out into someone good. So for us, Kochi, sort by age, and Kochi's a 3.5 star yellow, so not bad. He could develop into someone. Might take a while, but he's a player that we should be able to build up through our system. Ernie looks like he's going to be a decent player for us. And if he could develop into at least an 83 or 84, that'd be perfect. Dallas is who I want to check. And Carl Colliton happens to be a... Look at that, 18 years old, 74, 4.5 star yellow, shooting a little bit low, but skating's good, physical's good, defense is okay. Low offensive awareness, so might not be the best player in that regard. But he could turn into a decent player, and... we'll see. Well, I guess we'll track him to see if we made a mistake either not going after him. But the price was originally what I was willing to give up was Brayden Schenn and Elliott. So we'll see if those guys can develop into players of the future. But right now I feel like we have a good team. We might have to add some forwards. We might need to sign some contracts. But as of right now, we have Yakupov, Landeskog, Duchesne, Schenn, Riley, Iginla, who we may have to re-sign, but we could probably get him for cheap. McGinn, Ernie, McClement, Prust, McKinnon, and Boyle. So McKinnon's probably going to develop, and we'll probably sign at least 2 or 3 forwards, depth forwards, maybe a couple AHLers that we could develop, and hope we can go from there. Defensemen were pretty much solid all around, 88, 87, 87, 86, 82, and 80. And Elliott and Barry look like they're going to develop, and hopefully Ekman Larson does as well. So I guess we'll jump right into re-sign period and we'll see what we can go from there. Alright, so just gonna, I think we have Erik Johnson to re-sign, so that's one player that we'll have to take a look at. Might be wanting a big contract. Okay, let's go to the contract screen, and we'll see who we need to re-sign in this offseason. So Erik Johnson, the main player we have to re-sign. We have to have him. 6 years, might be asking for a little bit too much, maybe 4 years. But actually, you know, if we go with 6, we might be able to trade him away once he starts to deteriorate. So once he starts going down to like 86, 85, that's when you got to pull the trigger. And so you know what, we'll offer him around 5.25. Lowballing a little, but I think he'll accept it. And we'll see how it goes from there. 5.25, yep. That looks fine. 6 years. Still have a little bit of cap room left to work around. Who else needs to be re-signed? Jerome McGinley. Let's see how much he wants. A player that could help us out in just for 1 year. Yep, 2.86. So if we could get him for around 2.5, let's say, that would be a good number, and he's a solid forward in that case. So let's go with 2.45 for 1 year. That seems about good for me. Stephen Elliott, definitely going to negotiate a new contract. Oh, 3 years for 3.4, not really. Okay, look at that. We could get him for 1 year at 1.865, so we'll give him probably around 1.6. I guess we'll go 2A to make it faster. So, okay, so 1.6 for Elliott should be a good number in that case. For 1 year, and he'll probably end up developing. We'll have to pay him, but right now we have a little bit of salary cap to work around for the offseason. Who else is there to be re-signed? John Mitchell. Might have to, you know what, we're just going to send John Mitchell to the free agent list. Okay, so that's good. Stephen Elliott, we have Anders Lee, 25 years old, 77. Oh, look at that. He actually developed in the AHL. Not bad player all around, pretty good. Season stats in the AHL, 50 points, 76 games. You know what? We'll actually give him a contract. I don't usually give it to AHL players, but he looks like he deserves it in this case, so we're going to negotiate a new contract. One-way contract, you know what? I'll give him more of a 2, but it doesn't look like he's interested in that. So we'll give him what he wants. 1 year at 1.05. That looks about good. Who else is there? Agazino, no. Bordalo, no. These guys are probably gonna be gone. Mares, no. And other than that, not really anyone I have to look at. We'll give Kochi a contract. And but other than that, I think we are pretty much set here for re-sign period. Goalies, just have to take a look. I don't think Miller needs to be re-signed. Nope, or Picard. But we'll give Aitikolo a qualifying offer for this re-sign period. So we'll sim across the day, and we'll see if we could get all our players that we wanted to get. So I don't know who's going to be on the free agent market. I haven't really looked at it yet, but we'll find that out. Maybe if there's some big names, I might go after them if we have the cap. But if not, it might be hard to get those kind of players. We'll sim ahead, and we'll see if we can re-sign these guys and keep our core with us throughout this next season. I feel like our team is pretty good enough. Okay, wrap one up. So again, re-signed, Johnson re-signed, Lee re-signed, Elliott re-signed, and Kochi re-signed. So perfect. And we'll sim right up to here, and I think there's no one else really that important to sim, and we'll go right to the end, and hopefully Aitikolo accepts his qualifying offer, and we'll be able to go into the free agent phase with a couple million in cap, and we'll be able to sign someone that could add some depth to our team. Right now, it doesn't look like anyone going to be good. Andrew Ladd has declined all speculation. Oh, look at that. Andrew Ladd might be going into the... Okay, we'll continue. That's fine. Okay, Aitikolo re-signed. Okay, it looks like Andrew Ladd is still on the market. So it looks like Andrew Ladd will be one of the main players we could sign if we do have the available cap room. But that's another issue. I don't know if I absolutely want Andrew Ladd. But we'll go into free agent signing, and we'll see. Okay, so Andrew Ladd's the best player. After that, no one really up till 80 overall. So it's either go big or go home here. He wants 6 mil. 4 teams interested in him. That's going to be tough to find some cap room for him. We might be able to buy out. Well, I guess it's too late to buy out now. I'm not sure if I can, but we might be able to find some players. Some free agents here that are 4-star potential. Rask, Harrington, and Gauthier Leduc. I don't think we'll be needing any of these guys. Goalies, any potential guys here. 3.5, Taylor Dupuis, but no one else. So that's fine. Andrew Ladd really looking like the only player we could probably re-sign in this case. We might have to just trade for someone. Pick up maybe some guys that have some kind of trade value and go after them. But other than that, you can see here, no one really looks appetizing in this case. Andrew Ladd's the only player that's good in this free agency market. So we'll go into shooting. Well, you see what I always do is I take these kind of players, guys with good shooting, and I'll just throw them on my AHL team because they'll light it up there and they'll come maybe to the NHL and maybe develop. So you know what? We'll offer like guys like Nobles. Yeah, we'll give him a one-way contract. That's fine. Guy like Fritsch, we can give him one-way 3 years, 0.75, 2-way. That's fine. We'll give him a contract as well, and they'll probably accept it because there's no one really else that wants them in terms of team interested. Stanton, 21 years old. You never know. We'll give him a contract. He looks like he's a decent player. Puck skills also I usually look at, but no one really there that stands out. Senses, Junland and Herna. Herna, 28 years old, 74 overall. Might be just a good AHL player, but at this point, speed, any speedsters. Kobasu, listen, agility, defensive awareness. That might be a good key one. Face-offs, anyone? Smithson, Slater, a couple okay guys. But defensive awareness is a big one because of the penalty kill. Andrew Ladd is up there. So Andrew Ladd might just be the perfect kind of guy that we need for our team. And he's looking at 6.495 at 2 years. If we could sign him for 1 year at around 7, if we could find the cap room for that somehow, and then we could get him for cheaper in the next year because he'll be a UFA and we'll have rights to him. But we have about 3 mil, so let's take a look at what we can do. If there's any players we can trade away and get some cap room for Ladd. So let's look here, salary-wise. Schultz, Duchesne, Landeskog, Myers, Ekman Larson. All these guys I don't really want to move at all. O'Reilly, no, I feel like he could get better. Yakupov is low at an 87 overall there. Shen, McGinn, Iginla, Pross we can move. McClement we can move because they're old and we could re-sign players, and we'll probably be good if we could pick up Andrew Ladd. In this case, I'd be fine with a crappy fourth line. Boyle we can move, so that would free up around 2, 1.8, 1.5. That might just free up enough. So if we could get trades done as of right now, let's see who wants him and what we can get in terms of a pick back. Maybe a second. No, they would go into salary cap. Yep. Okay, so yeah, we need to make sure someone wants him and they have enough salary cap to get him. So we definitely won't get a first, but a second for Prost? No. Third for Prost? Yep, they took it. Okay, so that's fine. We don't really need Prost. He wasn't that good of a player for us anyway. He's played most of the season in the he'll probably end up playing in the AHL, to be honest, so not really that important to our team. McClement was good defensively, but I don't know if we should keep him. He is 33 years old. He's starting to deteriorate slowly, and if we could get rid of these guys, we might just be able to make a push for Andrew Ladd, so I think that might be a little bit better in this case. We have 6.2 mil in salary cap, but you know what? Instead of trading away McClement because he is so good defensively, we'll try to go with Boyle instead, and that should be good enough to make a push for Andrew Ladd. So Boyle, we will trade you away to someone who wants him and is willing to give up a little bit of a higher pick. Anyway, really a lot of teams want him here. Second from Toronto? Nope. We'll probably end up having to go for a third anyways. Let's try for third and fourth just for the hell of it. Nope. And how about just a third? Yep, they'll take it. Okay, so we have a little bit more salary cap available to ourselves now. Why is it still at 5.3? I mean, adding it up, 2.2, 1.8 should be 4, 5, 8, something around there. A little bit off, I'm guessing. 5.3 mil. That's odd. Oh well, let's see who else we have to resign next year, because if we have cap and we need to resign someone important to our team, as of right now it doesn't look like anyone important. Only Barry and Elliot. Barry might be getting a little bit better, but no big UFA names, so that's good. And so we could make a push for Lad if we could just get the cap, and I don't know why it's at 5.3. Let's go back to sign free agents. Surprised, because it said at 6 point something at one point, and I would be able to sign him, but at this point we were only at 5.3. Maybe trade away McClement too. I don't know. We'll I guess look at the trade negotiations. I'm not sure why that happened. I've noticed that in the past, like as you sim along, you all of a sudden get more cap. So I kind of want the cap right now so we could re-sign him, so we can sign him. But there's no one really we can trade away at this point. We can trade McClement. We can trade Iginla as well, who does have a little bit of trade value. So if anyone wants him, we could get maybe a first back. If we could, I mean, I'd be willing to do that, and that would get some salary off our backs. We get it up to 7.765. So maybe we should do that just to get Andrew Lett. Okay, so they won't give up a first. That's okay. Let's find someone else who will be willing to. The Leafs? Nope. St. Louis first? No, they don't have enough cap for that. Philadelphia third? No, sorry, don't want a third. New York Rangers, a first from them? Nope. Fine, let's go with a second and a third. Or a second, maybe? Okay, it's just the cap in this case. Nashville. Nope. Montreal. Again, led to Montreal for a first. Nope, they don't have enough cap. Oh, man. A little bit of limited selection here from these teams that want him. Washington. None of these teams really have enough cap to... let's see if we could get Tampa's like second. For Iginla, they'll take it. Okay, whatever. We'll just give it to Tampa. They're in a different conference, so that's fine. But now we should be able to offer a contract to Andrew Ladd just for this season, and that might just put us over the hump. So let's go into Andrew Ladd. We'll give him around... You know what, we'll give him 1 year. Oh, never mind. He only wants 2 years. Okay, since we don't have to re-sign anyone next year that important, we'll give him 6.85. At 2 years, and hopefully he'll accept that. You know what, we'll give him... it's kind of tough making a decision. You know what, we'll give him 6.75. Alright, we'll give him actually, you know what, 6.85. Alright, you know what, 6.8. I'm going back and forth. I just don't want to not get him and then have all my players traded away for okay draft picks. So let's try it out here. We'll offer Calgary, Dallas, Detroit, Florida also want him. We're going to put in an offer for Andrew Ladd, and hopefully we can pick him up here in this free agent market. Nothing there. Another day goes by. Can we pick up Andrew Ladd? Ty Stanton. Okay, that's fine. Andrew Ladd, come on. Come to our team. Colorado wants you. Okay, so another 2 prospects get us. But I guess this is the moment of truth. The day happens. Andrew Ladd. Yep, Andrew Ladd comes to our team, and that immediately, I would say, puts us in playoff contention in this case, I guess. Maybe even Stanley Cup contention, because our team, after that trade, looks a lot better compared to last year. As you can see with the forwards, we finally have another winger to help out our team. Ladd, Yakupov, Duchesne, so that's top 6. McKinnon probably will end up going up. Shen might go up. O'Reilly could go up. So Ernie is our 9th player. Then we have McClement, Lee, and Nobles. Now we might have to just sign one more player, or trade for one more player. Trade a draft pick that we can support with the cap room, or just an average player that we could trade away. Because I'm hoping Lee might go up a bit. McClement could stay up there. Ernie, O'Reilly. So we might have to trade for one more forward, but we'll see how it goes. Defenseman, that looks fine. Eric Johnson, all around, pretty good. But let's take a look at if there's any forward we could sign that's around at less than $1 million maybe. Free agency, just gonna check that out. Okay, so free agents here, and not really anyone that would want to go for that kind of money. That is that overall, I guess. But let's look at affordable. Oh, those are the next tab over. Okay, so the best players we can go with forwards are at 76 overall. Yip, Suave, Gordon, Fedotenko, Beagle. We might just have to trade for someone in the middle of the year. And let's see if we could trade a guy like, I don't know, Holden maybe. And pick up a forward for him. Overall, the best player we could give up right now would probably be Kochi. He's not bad. Geertsen maybe. Yeah, I guess Geertsen has a little bit better trade value, so we'll try to see what we can get for Geertsen. Anyone wants him? Probably not much, to be honest, but we could look at the trading block, I guess, and take a look here. Edit the trading block. Any age, fourth line forward. Doesn't matter about that. A little bit less, let's say $1 million max. And let's say, I don't think you search for overall, but that's fine. Apply, search. So there's a couple players here. Sort by overall. Kari Prusso is actually a free agent, and I don't know how much we'd be able to get him for. Urbanich, don't think he. Oh, not a bad player. Ferraro, Landon Ferraro. We'll take a look at that at the start of the season. Right now, I guess we'll wrap up this episode. But we made a huge move here to sweep up Andrew Ladd from free agency, and our team seems to be a lot better from that because of it. So let's see if this move will pay off for our season. Andrew Ladd, a little bit of an older player, but he's 87 overall. Just an all-around good player. Defensively really good. Offensively really good. Can play the PK, the power play. Anything you ask for, and hopefully that move can pay dividends for us. So once again, this is the end of the episode of our GM mode, episode number 17. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for not uploading this in a while, but I'll try to get it back up and going. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.